Alright guys, welcome back to Emlyn in the mix. We're going to do a quick video tonight using the Regroover VST plugin by, I think it's Accusonus or something, by Accusonus. So tonight we're going to be previewing the Regroover VST plugin by Accusonus. I'm just going to quickly show you, so let me pull it up here and let's have a look at what it can do. Alright, so here's the Regroover plugin. It's very interesting indeed. So basically what you can do with Regroover Pro is you can pop a loop in there and then it will make individual layers of that loop, and then you can alternate and change each layer on that loop. So I'll give you an example here. Let's just open up, let's just pull up a loop here. So if I go to my splice, I've got some loops on here. Probably can't see that. I'll pull it up here so you can see it. There we go, there's a loop right there. Actually, I'll put this here. Alright, so here I've found the drum loop. Pretty old school house sound. So if I just grab that, drag it into Ableton, and I can literally drop it into the Regroover app, you can see now it's created 4 different layers of that particular loop. Now I can listen to each individual layer. So this would be like a high frequency, maybe a hi-hat. I can barely hear it. It is there. Now I can hold down Command and press solo here, and now I can listen to 2 layers. So that's pretty cool. And essentially, the whole idea behind Regroover is, well, as the name says, it's a regroover. So you put your loop in and you actually create a new groove just by having these different layers. And I'll show you in a sec where you can actually change the timing. Let's just open up our next layer here, layer 3. So that's put some more percussion in there. One thing I would like to mention is that when you drag your loop into Regroover, it will sync to the host's or the DAW's tempo. Now the only bad thing is I've found is if you change the tempo afterwards, it won't be able to recognize it in Regroover because it's already analyzed the audio, and the audio will still be at the original BPM that you dropped it in the track. So the way to get around that is actually, if you do end up changing your tempo and you are going to use Regroover just as a playback loop player, you can actually drop the loop back in and it will reanalyze it at the new tempo. So you can do that. The only problem with that, of course, is if you've changed the timing or you've changed some of the effects on the samples, you'll lose that all. But you can save that. And I'm going to show you in a sec, you can export out of here, which is probably a better option, especially for Ableton Live users. I'll show you that. So let's open up layer 4 here. So we've got more percussion basically. And that's your whole loop. That's everything. Alright, so that's pretty cool. So now we can change things up. So for example, let's change the in and out time of this layer 3 here and just see what we can get. Hopefully I can get it in time, because otherwise it can make some pretty funky grooves. There we go, that's pretty interesting. We made something a bit like sort of loopy. And perhaps I really like this kick here, so then I can just make sure that it always hits that kick. Now the timing's a bit funny because I didn't start it on the actual top of the sample. And what I can do actually, so I've just made a really tight loop on our high end here, and what I can actually do is now I can play with some effects and sort of just change the levels here. So you can hear there we've got really interesting result just by me playing around with some of the time, playing around with some of the effects on each layer. Now, I've just freshly added that loop again. Another really cool thing I want to show you is this split functionality and erasing functionality. And what that actually does, you can really create a very different groove just by actually eliminating layers from this particular app. So like, let's say for example, I don't want the kick here, right? So just double click here, I drag it out, then I click here. So it says, please press split to analyze your audio clip with the new parameters and selections. So if I click split here, it's actually going to get rid of the kick in that section of the song. So hit that, boom, it's gone. Now that actually, in essence, creates a new groove as well, because you're eliminating certain sections to not have that particular audio in those areas. So we're going to get something like this. You ready? We'll play it back. And we'll do some more, make it a bit more interesting. Split that. Split some of this. Alright, let's see how that sounds. So you can see if you actually don't get your timing right, you can get some really messed up loops, of course. Alright, so it's good to obviously have your timing as correct as possible. That's pretty trippy, and that's of course with absolutely no effects going. Now quickly, what I did want to show you is that you can export very easily just by simply clicking on this little plus loop thing here, and then literally we just drag and drop it into one of our clips in Ableton Live. Now we've got it there, and what we should do is turn off host, and we've got our little Regroover loop here, which you can see down the bottom here on Ableton Live. In my sampler, you can see that hopefully, yes, it's pretty big. So we'll play that back. That's pretty cool, right? I've got it on beats, we'll just put it on that. Now what's cool is if we maybe add a little flavor to this. So let's add a completely different type of loop. For example, I've got these really nice horn loops, so we'll pull up those here. And let's have a look at how that sounds. And we'll put that together. Let's see if I can find the loop here. What's this ensemble? Oh, this is cool. Alright, so I found something really nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag that across to our Regroover. It's going to analyze it. So now it's actually put it all in time, of course, with our BPM. Play it back with our trippy Regroover loop. So you can see already I've gotten something pretty interesting and different indeed. So turn that off, play it back in Ableton Live. So it's cool, it's sort of given new life to our loops and samples. And then I guess one thing you could do on top of that now is you could be like, okay, I just want to put a 4 to the floor kick. Let's just grab something very simple and easy to use, such as the London, and here we go. I'll just record it in. Sorry, that was pretty crap. That's a terrible kick, hang on. Anyway guys, just something really simple and easy. I just wanted to show you tonight how quick and easy it is to come up with something in Regroover as well. I'll do some more videos on this in a future update just as I get my head around it. I'm still pretty new to it. But it really is cool. It really livens up your loops, gives you some fresh approach and new ideas that you might not have had before with your original loops that you already have. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. You can delve right into each layer. I love how it puts each layer of the loop into different sections, so you get highs, mids, lows, and it even can hear different percussional instruments if you put in a loop, a drum loop for example. It can even hear and separate your clap and kick, and I think that's really cool. Obviously they're different frequencies, but it actually isolates them so well. So that's Regroover Pro by Accusonus. Check it out indeed. I think it's on Splice on a month-to-month payment option at the moment, which is pretty nice, which I've opted for at the moment. But definitely worth checking out, and definitely if you're right into, if you're one of the music producers that likes to create their music using loops, then this would definitely be a plugin worth checking out. Alright, thanks for joining me on Emlyn in the Mix. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this, and leave a like and a comment in the comment section below and tell me what's happening and what you want to see next. Until next time, this is Emlyn on the Mix. Peace out.